into our NFL segment. I think Sammy is really excited to talk about this topic because this is his favorite team, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Made some headlines a couple of days ago as Art Rooney, the owner, met with Ben Roethlisberger to address Ben Roethlisberger's future. And, coming out of that meeting was the sentiment that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger, they want to find a way to move forward together. Big Ben has said that he's willing to take a pay cut to stay with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Sammy, first of all, do you believe that it's a smart move for the Pittsburgh Steelers to bring back Big Ben Roethlisberger? And now as the Big Ben era starts to wind down in Pittsburgh, how do you believe that the Steelers should address the future at the quarterback position?
Well, the Steelers are not prepared to address the QB position at all. They wait till the very last second, as we see right now. As far as Ben coming back, do I think it's a smart decision? I think it depends on how Kevin Colbert wants to go with this. Does Kevin Colbert want to rebuild the team? Does he want to? It just depends on how he wants to build the team. Really, it is. Does he want to go with a young quarterback? Does he want to go with Dwayne Haskins or Mason Rudolph? Does he want to stay with Ben and try to run it back for one more year and try to win a Super Bowl? Another thing is, I'm not totally convinced that if Ben is even coming back, that was only yesterday. I think that meeting happened with Art Rooney and Ben, where they came out both sides happy. Earlier I think it was last week, Kevin Colbert had an interview, had a press conference, and he said that as of today, Big Ben is on the roster. And that's not something you say about a quarterback you're 100% going to keep. And Art Rooney was the first person to open up this bag of, Pandora's box here by saying that he's not bringing back Ben unless Ben is willing to take a pay cut. And from what it sounds like, Ben's going to be making a fourth of what he's supposed to make. And the Steelers are probably going to say, here's how much you're worth. Take it or leave it. That's realistically what's going to happen. And if if Big Ben's not willing to take the $10 million or $8 million, however much the Steelers are going to offer him, the Steelers are probably going to trade him away or cut him. That's the realistic that situation. So I'm hoping that money isn't an issue at this point right now in Ben's career, and we'll see how it pans out. I'm hoping Ben stays, and I don't know how the Steelers want to build the team, really. I think that depends if it's smart or not. If it depends on how the Steelers want to build the team. Do they want to start the rebuild, like I said, or do they want to win another Super Bowl? It's up to them, really, how they want to form that roster. And it's gonna be affecting the next 3-4 years if he's coming back this year or not.
Yeah, I think you make some very valid points, Sammy. When it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think that, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have to bring back Big Ben because I don't really believe Dwayne Haskins is ready. I mean, I've watched Dwayne Haskins played in the limited games that he has played with the Washington football team, and he just did not look good out there on the football field. The guy didn't go through his reads, he didn't go through his progressions, and he was just making really bad decisions all the time. So I think if you cut Big Ben Roethlisberger, you're going to be banking on, Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins to, try to lead your team to compete next season. I don't think that's a good idea. The Steelers, I agree with you. They have to make a decision as to, if they want to rebuild or if they want to contend next season. I mean, the Steelers, they went, I believe 12-4 this past season. They started out 11-0, and then scuffled down the stretch, but still they got a good defense with TJ Watt. They have Minkah Fitzpatrick, but you got guys now on the offensive side that either has retired in Mike Pouncey's case, and also Juju Smith-Schuster and James Conner that are free agents. And I don't know if the Steelers can bring those two guys back because of how cash-strapped they are. So I think they have to bring back Big Ben if they want to compete. But if they don't bring back Big Ben, then, I think right now the Steelers, I don't think they're in the position to draft a quarterback in the first round because their pick is going to be really low. But you do have to draft a quarterback in the upcoming draft because I have a feeling that I think, whether or not Big Ben stays this season, this is going to be his final year in Pittsburgh.
Oh, definitely. I agree with you there, man. This is his final year as a quarterback, I think, in general. If he comes back next year, I'm not sure. Pittsburgh better not re sign him for another year. Based off the last 5 games we've seen, or last 6 games we've seen him, he threw 9 interceptions in his last month. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's going. I hope this is his final year. As much as I love the dude, it's good things have to end, and he needs to end on a high note, not like Peyton Manning with the team dragging him along the ride. And the biggest question is, and you were alluding to it a little bit, is what does the Steelers do about this defense? This defense is probably the best defense they've had in the Big Ben era since probably 2008 and 2009 when they had Troy Polamalu and James Harrison and such. This is probably one of the most talented defenses. Even with Juju leaving, you still have James Washington, you still have Claypool, you still have Deontay Johnson. It's a really loaded team. Outside the quarterback, I really think if they had a quarterback that is serviceable or average, that this team is still a wild card contending team, as the roster is set right now. So it really, I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. Yeah, I have no idea. Hopefully Haskins is the answer. I'd love to see that, but realistically, he's probably not, and neither is Ben at this point of his career. Um, I don't know. As far as the quarterback situation, man, it's tough.